Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Marco Montero from the Montevideo Studios, and today I'm on chapter 19 of our book, The Art of Creative Thinking by John Adair, and the title states, Suspend Judgment. Subtitle, Criticism often takes from the tree caterpillars and blossoms together. That was Jean-Paul Sartre. In the case of the creative mind, the German poet John Schiller wrote some 200 years ago, "It seems to me it is as if the intellect has withdrawn its guard from the gates. Ideas rush in pell-mell, and only when does it review and examine the multitude. You worthy critics, or whatever you may call yourselves, are ashamed or afraid of the momentary and passing madness in all real creators. Hence, your complaints of unfruitfulness, your project too soon and discriminate too severely." There are two important points here. First, we tend to post guards on our minds. We criticize or evaluate our own ideas or half ideas far too soon. Criticism, especially the wholly negative kind, can be like a cold white frost in springs. It kills off seeds and budding leaves. If we can relax our self-critical guard and let ideas come sauntering in, then we shall become more productive thinkers. Don't confuse evaluation with ideas fluency. Be as prolific as you can with ideas until you find one that satisfies you. Then try to translate it into the form you want. Secondly, beware of critics. Any sensible person should, of course, be open to criticism of others. It is one of the offices of a friend, if no one else, to offer you constructive criticism about your work and perhaps also about your personal conduct. If we did not have this form of feedback, we should never improve. But there is time and place for everything. The time is not when you are exploding and experimenting with new ideas. This is the reason why professional creative thinkers, authors, inventors, and artists, for example, seldom talk about work in progress. Certain environments are notoriously hostile to creative work. Paradoxically, universities are among them. One of the main functions of a university is to expand the frontiers of knowledge. Therefore, you should expect a university to be a community of creative scientists, engineers, philosophers, historians, economists, psychologists, and so on. But academics are selected and promoted mainly on account of their intelligence, even cleverness, as analytical and critical scholars, not as creative thinker. An overcritical atmosphere can develop when, as a young historian, G.M. Travian told his professor that he wanted to write books on history. He was at once advised to leave Cambridge University. Iris Murdoch left academic life as a philosopher at Oxford partly for the same reason. Writing creative fiction is seldom done well in critical climate of a university. The same principles applies to schools, colleges, churches, industrial and commercial organizations, even families. Surround yourself with people who are not going to subject your ideas to premature criticism. I can achieve that easily by not talking about them. You might reply, yes, but that cheats you out of the kind of discussion which are generally valuable to thinkers. These fall under the general principle that two heads are better than one. It is useful to hear another person's perspective on the problem. They may have relative experience or knowledge. They are likely to spot and challenge your unconscious assumptions. They can lead you to question your preconceptions and what you believe of facts. In short, you need other people in order to think, for thinking is a social activity, but you do not need overcritical people, all those who cannot reserve their critical response in order to fit in with your needs. We go straight to key points. Key point number 1. Suspending judgment means erecting a temporal artificial barrier between the analyzing, synthesizing, and imaginary faculties of your mind on the one hand, and the valuing, evaluating, criticizing, and judging skills on the other hand. Point number 2. Premature criticism from others can kill off seeds of the creative thinking. Besides managing your own critical faculty, you have to turn the critical faculty of others to good account. The entails knowing when and how to avoid criticism, as well as when and how to invite it. Some social climates in families, working groups or organizations encourage and simulate creative thinking, while others stifle or repress it. The latter tend to value analysis and criticism about originality and innovative thinking. That's the end of our chapter 19. I'm gonna see you right away on the next chapter, chapter 20. Have a good and beautiful day.